Hey everybody, how you all doing in there? Or should I say out there, as most of us now in Ibiza at least are allowed to get out the house a lot more. We've moved into a new section of phase one where we've got a bit more freedom of travel across the island. We can catch up at friends' places with groups of up to 10 people. So we've already had one pool party. I went out for dinner with Ben First from Lucky Life Music last night, and going off to a new restaurant opening this evening. So things are definitely moving in the positive direction that we're hoping for, and I hope the same can be said for where you are too. Today I am very honoured to share with you the third of my Lucky Tip and Lockdown Love interviews, as I sit down with an Armada Music Exclusive Artist, owner of Interplay Records, ambassador of the Nice Music Academy in Russia, who I've worked with closely since 2014 alongside Vladislav Durdev. He's a family man, DJ, producer, and someone I've had the pleasure of filming, working, and touring with several times across Russia and Ibiza. Ladies and gents, I'd like you to meet Mr. Alexander Popov.
It's great to see you. How are you?
Great to see you, Mike. I'm pretty well. I'm here in my studio in Moscow, trying to focus more on music and spending a lot of time with the family now.
I'm sure you are, bro. I'm sure you're getting a lot more family time than a traveling DJ and producer normally gets. The last time I saw you, Alex, we were in an amazing concert in the middle of Moscow city center with Above and Beyond, and that was an amazing experience. Did you enjoy that time?
Of course, yeah, there was a huge event, and I really loved the vibes of this event. Still remember this set, and yeah, it was really great.
It was super cool, man. It was great. I loved the concert. It was great to come out to Moscow, and especially in the freezing cold. You know, I don't appreciate the cold too much, but I had to learn to enjoy it, and it was really good. So big ups to you, to Vladislav, to all the Nice Music crew for getting me out there. I love that one, and obviously Above and Beyond as well. So it's good to catch up with you. Obviously, the times are a little bit tough right now for the whole world, and all I'm doing at the moment is catching up with some of my friends and contacts in various different industries, from the music scene to health and wellness to business, and just getting some tips and techniques for myself, and also for all the lucky ones out there, all my listeners, all my followers, to maybe just get a different view on life and how we can make the most of this time and also move forward from this time. So before we go in, for those people that don't know Alexander Popov, can you tell us a little bit more about who you are, where you come from, what your life's about, what you offer to the world?
Okay, yeah. I'm a DJ and producer for around 15 years already. For 10 years, I'm already exclusive artist of the biggest Dutch label, Armada Music. I'm also owner of Interplay record label and worldwide DJ, traveling and playing gigs, and I hope I'll do that again soon.
We all hope so as well, man. I can't wait to catch you on another stage. And you are also a family man.
Yes, I have a son, 6 years old, and my lovely wife. Yeah, we're now here in the house all together.
A lot of time together. Look, man.
Of course, yeah, the
and,
whole time.
Yeah. And listen, man, I mean, you're normally traveling a lot. And if you're not traveling, you're in the studio by yourself, or if you're out meeting with other artists, even in Moscow. So are you guys finding some good value in this time together as a family? It must make a big difference for you.
For me, my life did not change that much. I mean, the whole week I usually stayed in my house, in my home studio. And I every time I try to spend a lot of time with my family, because my family, my son, that's a really, really important part of my life. I really want to give a lot to my kid, and I really want to have a good relationship with my wife. And if you want to have that, you have to invest in your relationship. So that's why I'm usually take care of that. And probably now these times, for a lot of people, they make for the people the real view of the relationship that they have. And I really feel good that we still, feel perfect. We're not getting boring of ourselves, and it's pretty nice, to have a little bit more time to play more with my son.
Yeah.
And the only one a little bit problem I have to say is, to focus with the studio, to separate studio time, job time, and family time. Because the whole days, usually my son was in before school. I don't know how you name it.
Yeah, preschool, nursery school.
Yeah, preschool, let's say that. Yeah, so, and my wife had her own things, but yeah, now we all in the same place. But still, we really enjoy these times, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine you are. Actually, you're right. Almost every time I've been to Moscow, your wife was with you and your son as well.
Yeah,
actually,
we're really close, and this situation just make us more closer.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And also, I was recently doing a re-edit on some of my old footage, and I did a little cut with all the luckiest moments that's ever happened to anyone.
One last question down here at Core Funland. Alex Popov, tell me, what is the luckiest thing that has ever happened to you?
Maybe the birth of my son.
You said your son, having your son. So yeah, you're a good family, man. So big ups to you, and I love your ethos on all of that, man. And I'm glad that you're managing to, first of all, make the most of it there, but also realize that you were already on a good path with your family. If now that's just continuing on. So that's really great. In your professional life as a DJ and a producer, can you tell me a little bit about how you have been affected by all of this that's going on now with Corona?
Oh, of course, the most bad things for all the touring DJs worldwide is that you have no any gigs anymore at the moment, and we have no idea where we can go on tour again, unfortunately, at the moment.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, for the fees, for the money to get from tour, it's really bad, and we have to try to find out maybe some more different ways to earn money. And anyway, it's time to think about new ways, to get some money. And that's why a lot of DJs started more streaming from the studio. Some of my colleagues started courses with education for the people. And like the whole crisis, you can go up or you can go down. It's all depends just of your own things, how you feel and what are you doing in this situation.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Look, I mean, I can imagine. I was speaking to one of the big festival promoters in Australia today from Electric Gardens, and they were saying how, look, the big shows, the big festivals aren't going to happen for a long time. It's not just during lockdown. After lockdown, it's going to have a big lock-on effect. So you're right. It's not like we can think this is just until lockdown's over and then suddenly we're back to 5,000 people, 20,000 people festivals, So I like that you're thinking to, think out of the box and think in a new way moving forward. Have you done any live streams yet, or have we got anything planned that we can jump into?
I think in next 2 weeks we'll finally stream something. I just want to do it pretty nice with a good picture now. So I'm still searching for the right cameras and all this technical stuff. I already got CDJ's Nexus. I finally bought vinyl turntables.
Yeah.
This crisis, it's a good time, because you can finally think what you really wanted to get in your life. And yeah, I thought, man, I'm in DJing for more than 15 years, but I have my own turntables. But I do love vinyl, and I finally wanna get all my tracks because I have only a few. But I had I opened Discogs and I saw that I have like 15 or 20 releases. So I should get all these vinyls and finally have good times to play this music, to play my own music, play classics. So yeah.
Cool. And you're, come on, it sounds different on vinyl, man. Back to the roots, back to the
course.
Yeah,
it's different vibes. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations! I'm glad you finally got yourself some turntables,
thank
and
you.
that's really great. And I look forward to your live stream. Maybe you can do it for us from your garden, and something like that. But let us know when you're doing it. I'm really,
Of course.
there's a lot of these house party apps going on. There's a lot of live streaming going on. I was watching one from Nick Warren with the Soundgarden the other day. When I was watching it, there was 8,000 people watching. The next hour, logged on just to have a look. There was 400,000 people had watched the show, and you're like, wow, man! So it's amazing. So do let us know, and we'll happily share it and tell our people to log on and have a little listen with you. And in terms of these during these times, you're obviously used to staying at home a lot, like you say. You're like me, already accustomed to this studio sort of time. This lockdown time is how we create. 8 hours straight on the computer at home, and then making our own food or whatever it is that we're doing. How are you managing to stay fit and healthy during this time?
To be honest, I'm not really a guy who loves sports.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But I'm still know that some exercises that's helped, So I'm trying to do it like a few times per week. I'm doing my morning exercises. My wife starting doing yoga a lot. Maybe I'll try it also. Let's see. And of course, healthy food. It's really important thing. And thanks my wife that she take care of that.
Good. Well, you take care of her in many ways, so it's good that she's taking care of you. And get into the yoga, man. Look, I don't do yoga. I do when I can go to classes and stuff, but here at home, I'm not a yogi. I don't do an hour-long vinyasa flow yoga, but every day I'm making sure I stretch and I give my body some attention of some sort. We played sports before, so we know how to stretch and do a few things, keep it alive, before we get too old anyway. So it's I'm glad that you're doing that and at least conscious of it and looking after those things. So look, for you in terms of your business or personal sanity, to not go too crazy, or your creativity, how are you staying productive during this time? Again, you're used to this, you're used to sitting down, but without going off for gigs on the weekends, without the extra stuff, what are you doing different during this time to stay productive, to make good use of the time?
Like every day I have a diary, putting on my on the paper everything I have to do, like every day.
A bit of a structure to your day.
That because I haven't done that for like 2 or 3 years before this crisis. I just put something on my phone, that's it. But now to be more productive, I'm just checking, and I have this checklist for every day, and that's really makes sense for me.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of things to do at the moment because we will launch Interplay, because I really want to do a good streaming stuff and need to prepare a lot, technical things. I also plan to release my album, so I have a lot of production job at the moment. So really busy times for me, to be honest.
I can imagine it's busy for you, and you've got a lot of things to not necessarily catch up on, but you really should to use this time for that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So it's valuable, but keeps you busy and non-stop. I mean, here it is. What's the time now? It's 10 o'clock, I think, in Moscow, 10 p.m. and you're sitting in the studio talking to me. So thank you for making time for this.
It's my pleasure.
Can you tell me a bit more about Interplay? I know it's your label. You've been with Armada Music yourself as an artist for a long time, and Interplay was also a part of that. And now you're doing a relaunch. So what does that mean? I'm not too sure exactly what you mean by that.
So I'm with Armada Music as an exclusive artist for almost 10 years, and I'm keep working as an artist, and I really appreciate everything that Armada has label done for my career for all these years. Armin himself is a guy who really supported almost the whole my music, and 2.5 years ago we started a sub-label with Armada called Interplay. And from this year, I decided to go the whole independent strategy for the label. So it's now my own company with the distribution by Label Works and with my whole own team.
Nice.
So it's it's pretty busy times for launch, but we start at the end of April. First independent release coming 24th April.
Amazing. Well, good stuff, man. Well done for taking a step up and a step out, and taking it on your own. It's going to be, it's a risky time, and but it's going to be a good time as well, man. I'm sure.
I know there is a lot of perspective, because I have some cases from independent labels with the trance and progressive music that done really well. When you're under a big wing, it's from one side, it's really, really cool, to be part of huge label. But you cannot be involved in many different things to be a real label,
Yeah.
So now we can develop the real brand,
Absolutely.
That's what we're gonna do this year.
Yeah, so now it's going to get your personality really into it. And the track Intention that we spoke about when we walked outside of that pyramid, you took me to go and interview the scientist who builds pyramids in Russia, and he spoke about what was the most important thing about building a pyramid or doing anything in life is what's your intention behind it. And then we walked out and you told me about your track Intention. Is that on Interplay?
Yeah, that was released on Interplay like a year and a half ago. It's
a year and a half now, yeah.
Yeah, main track from the album, like the album called Intention.
And your new album, you're going to be releasing your own album as well, so that must be a lot of your time.
I'm still at the moment working on that, because
so that's a lot of your.
For now we focus more on singles. I already released a couple singles this year. I released a collab with Polak and Fold at the beginning of the year on Armada Music.
Yeah, I saw the photo going out. That's amazing. What was it like to work with Paul?
Paul is a legend, Last year I've been in his house in Los Angeles when I had a gig in LA, and we had a great times, and we decided to finish this song. There's no time to hold me. I'm in love with you. He's a legend, and really appreciate this collaboration.
Absolutely. Well, look forward to hearing that coming out. And listen, look, from what you've told me, it sounds like you've got a lot going on, but you're making good progress in it, and you're structuring your days, keeping fit and healthy, thanks to the wife, but staying closely connected with your family, still focusing on your business. And so would you have any advice or tips and techniques that you might want to share with my audience of people, whether it's specifically for DJs and producers or just generally people in the world, from where you're coming from?
To be honest, first weeks when all these bad things start happening in the world, I tried to sort out what's going on. I read a lot of news, read a lot of things about all this infection and what's going on. Tried to sort out what's happening, why it's happening. But more I read about all this information, I more get, stressed. I got really bad feelings. I couldn't do any of my own things, And what I decided at the moment, not to read news anymore, not to read anything about this coronavirus, because I cannot really do anything with that. I can only lock it down in my house and to focus on my own projects, because I have a lot of things at the moment to do. And I have a good opportunity to think about maybe what I really wanted to do, like with this thing with turntables. I finally got it. Just only because I'm in lockdown and I can think about what I really want to have in my life,
Exactly.
And it's all about the right view at the moment, I think. You have to focus on things that makes you happy and that makes you stronger. Not to focus on all these bad things in life. It's happened every time, not only with this pandemic.
Absolutely.
But our focus is the main thing that we need to check every time. That's my point of view,
I love it,
and
man.
At the moment, what I'm trying to do is just to keep my focus on the right things.
Well, good on you, Alex. I really love that. I think that's really key and great advice to be giving to everybody. So I hope you've all enjoyed that and you take something from that. It's what I put in my video that I released just recently as well was, guys, the one thing that we do have control of right now, we don't have control of Corona. We don't have flights, control of the flights or the borders or whether we are in lockdown or not, but we do have control of our focus. And if we're focusing on all the negatives or all the news, all the drama that's going on, it's not really going to help us. But if we focus all of our time and energy on us and our well-being and our project and what we're going to do, this is going to fly by. And when it comes out, we're going to come out flying as well, which I think is probably the best thing we can do with it.
Yeah.
So we're on the same chord here, man. Thank you very much for that, Alex. So look, we're going to take it a little bit sad, okay? Not too sad, but we're going to get real. Yeah. What are you missing the most about life before lockdown?
Real communicate with people, because I'm not really big fan of all these social medias. You know, I've never been that active on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You know, I'm pretty old guy who really enjoy a real talk to people, to enjoy, you know, some personal things when you can see face to face your friends or people you're working with, and that's what I'm really miss. But anyway, at the moment we have to be quarantined. So I'm just trying to be in touch more with my family, and we're having good times.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's finished. Sooner or later, it's finished anyway. So we can maybe feel more appreciate, you know, the real communication between the people.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%, man. It is something that I'm missing as well, massively. And a friend of mine said to me today, you know, like when I go to the shops, I could just travel a little bit further and sneak and go to her house. And I was like, first of all, I get stopped by the police every time I go, so I don't want to risk that. I'm going to get a 600 euro fine if I get stopped and I'm in the wrong place and I went the long way for the shops. But I said to her today, I was like, but you know what? This is going to be over soon. And I would rather wait a few more weeks, and it's hard and it's terrible, it's sad, but in a few more weeks when we get to have that hug, when we get to really meet, when we get to shake hands again, it's going to make it feel that much better than if we cheated it and just jumped ahead and went, oh, no, we're going to do it again. So yeah, I'm sad that you are missing that, but I feel you, and I know a lot of people are feeling that right now. We are blessed to have the internet and all this worldwide connection, but it still ain't real, man. Like real is like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah. So on a let's spin it back onto a more positive note. Then we are on Lucky Life TV.
Yeah.
So question number 7, the lucky one. What would you say, Alex, has got to be the biggest positive that you can see coming out of this? Now, before you answer, you can answer that either it's for you personally, for your home country, for Russia, what's happening for Russia, what's happening for the dance music industry, or the world in general. What's the biggest positive that you see coming out of this whole crisis?
I don't know. I think a lot of new ideas, you know, because all crises they makes for the people the situation when you have to find brand new ideas for your business, for yourself, and we will probably see more brand new projects, you know, creativity, streaming things. It makes the whole new platforms probably for the dance music, or like you see at the moment these virtual festivals.
Yeah,
Never saw that before, but now it developed, and it's like a brand new market probably. Let's see.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if it's going to be a while before we get back to the big festivals. I know Defected did one in Ministry of Sound the other night, and they actually put on a show at Ministry of Sound, but nobody was there. You could only stream into it. So yeah, that's a really cool outlook on it. And I think there are a lot of great ideas coming. And you know, during this time, you've got to really get back down to what it's all about and get back to the drawing board. I don't know if you know that saying in Russian, but get back to the drawing board, where you go back and you got to draw and create again and come back with, what the we going to do, man? And when you got to think like that, and you're not just going, hey, let's take a break and think about what we're going to do, you really got to think, man, what are we going to do? And that's kind of how this has been born. I mean, Alex, I've interviewed you maybe only a couple of times, but it's only when we get together. And I've never thought, hold on, wait, why don't I just Skype over to Alex over in Moscow and catch up for an interview and make it like this? And so this is a new idea for us that's been born from this. And now that you've got some vinyls and we're going to be seeing some live streaming from you, I'm looking forward to the other new ideas that come from you, from your label. And so thanks very much for the positive vibes you're sharing as well, man. But before we go, is there anything else that you want to share with the Lucky Life audience out there that are watching this from all around the world?
I think you're doing a really good job, man. I saw your video that you shared like a couple of days ago, and it makes me feel good because you spread the real good vibes for the people. That's what we all need at the moment. I just want to thank you for that, you know.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Alex. And thank you for being a part of the good vibes that I'm spreading, because what I want to do here is not just me sit behind the camera and say, hey, guys, everyone be positive, everyone be, stay good, and catch up with people like you and all the other, amazing people that I'm doing these interviews with to see that you also got the good vibes. You also having a good spin on it and how you're thinking about it. So thank you for sharing your positive vibes and spreading the good vibes, because that's the best thing that we can be spreading right now.
For sure.
So, Alex, I really look forward to coming out to Moscow and being with you and your family again. I look forward to you coming out to Ibiza soon, and I look forward to you sharing some music our way soon. Thank you.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, man.
Big thanks for being on the show with us today. Ciao. Give us a high five, virtual high five.
Yeah.
Друзья, всем привет! Меня зовут Александр Попов. Мы на официальном фестивале чемпионата мира по футболу FIFA Fan Fest. И буквально через полчаса я встаю за вертушки, чтобы отыграть свой сет прямо перед открытием чемпионата мира по футболу 2018.